What's up, everybody? It's Joneser, your favorite comic book guy here. I've got something a little special, a little different planned for us today. We've got a new Eternia He-Man figure from the Masterverse, and we're just going to do something a little different. I've got something real special planned for you. We're not going to do the typical unboxing. I mean, we'll get to that later, but I'd really like to just talk to you about He-Man and how I discovered him and what he means to me. So let's do this! What's up, everybody? It's Joneser, your favorite comic book guy. So let's do this! Perhaps I should start at the beginning, as that is what this figure right here is all about. The beginning. For me, it was this. And this. My father, in the early 80s, found these two action figures by a dumpster. I was probably like 3 or so. So I did as any kid would, and I played with them, using my own imagination. One day, my mother discovered something amazing. This cartoon. She correctly realized these were the toys I was playing with. The show had a look unlike anything I'd ever seen before. I mean, look at these colorful characters, the amazing backdrops. So I did as any kid would do. I watched that cartoon a lot. And I played with my toys. Now I had a problem. I only had these two figures and no accessories, and I was really into this stuff now, so I wanted to, buy some more of them. And they were everywhere at retail in the 80s, but I was in luck. I had the best mom in the world, and she heard about a promotion that Toys R Us was doing, and lucky enough, she decided, since they were selling some toys, and we got a chance where we could meet He-Man and Skeletor in person. So because I had the greatest parents in the world, I met He-Man. No, that's not me. But I also met Orko and Man-E-Faces. And I wish we would have taken pictures, as I remember this so well. But we all didn't have phones with cameras in our pockets back then. We just experienced things, like kind of you're supposed to. But boy, I remember being scared of Skeletor. This kid was definitely braver than me. But that brings me to the next part of this. We bought some toys. I mean, that's what they did the promotion for in the first place. And I got He-Man and Skeletor. And I finally had some swords and weapons. And it also had this. A comic book inside. But wait. What's this? No Prince Adam? He-Man just crawls out of the jungle? And who's this green chick? Where's the sorceress? Well, apparently I had a lot to learn about He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I guess Mattel is making this up as they go, because the toys came out first, and they wrote a hasty origin story in the mini-comics, and then the cartoon came later. And this confused the heck out of us kids that were collecting this stuff. We didn't understand, who this green goddess was, or was the Prince Adam the thing, or did He-Man crawl out of the jungle? Was Zodak a good guy or a bad guy? Was Man-at-Arms supposed to have a mustache or not? I mean, we needed to know this stuff, right? Well, the Filmation cartoon went on, and eventually a spin-off series was made. Then we got a movie. Shut up. It was good. Okay, maybe it wasn't what we hoped, and it hasn't aged well, but it is a cult classic. I mean, the story was all different in the movie, too. It was a little more Star Warsy and sci-fi, but it is what it is, and I have some fond memories of it. My parents took me to the theater to see it, and I'd say if you got a chance, give it a shot. It's not that bad. Anyway, He-Man had some new adventures later, and they were that bad. In my opinion, they were terrible. I hated his new adventures. It's like, why'd they have to change everything? They just ruined it. I mean, this was probably the beginning stages of where I ended up in life, as an angry old man who hated change. Well, then He-Man went back, deep into my brain and memories and imagination, where he does his best work. And then in early 2000, we got a new He-Man show, Masters of the Universe 2000X. They had an updated look on some of the characters. Well, some of them were better than others. That Battle Cat is horrible. The toys were updated, though, and gave them some modern articulation and look. They expanded on the lore. I mean, they even gave Skeletor an origin story, which he never had that before. It was pretty cool. But the toys were almost impossible to find at retail, and the show kept changing its time slot. And then they did this Snake Man thing, and it went on way too long, and then it stopped too soon. And then He-Man went away again into my imagination. And then I got some adult money, and I started recollecting my vintage line. And then Netflix came out with this show, The Toys That Made Us. It was actually pretty good. You should check that out. Bong! Oh, come on, that's funny. You'd laugh if you saw it. Anyways, then Origins came out, and boy, was that toy line fun to collect. And then a new cartoon, Masters of the Universe Revelation, new He-Man. It's going to be awesome with the new animation, and oh man, that trailer looks so good, I can't wait. And what the heck is this? They changed the look of everybody, and He-Man's like dead in the first episode, and then right when you get him back, they just cruelly friggin' killed him again. And then Skeletor wins, and then we get Skeletor not looking like Skeletor, and then He-Man's doing like the worst Hulk impression I've ever seen. I mean, this wasn't what I hoped for. And then, like, Evil Lynn's a good guy, and now she's a bad guy, and now she's a good guy again, and who even cares anymore? The whole show was mostly about Evil Lynn and Teela. It's like, what were they thinking? Well, anyway, Netflix also did a CGI He-Man show, and I thought I was going to hate that one more. It actually wasn't bad. You really ought to check it out. I think it's because I wasn't expecting it to be good. The voice actor that did the Skeletor on that was top drawer. I mean, really, watch it just for that. Well, and that brings us full circle all the way back to the beginning, to this toy. Well, and here we are, our Masterverse He-Man, New Eternia. Now, why's He-Man got a helmet, and why does he look like this? Well, this goes back to the original concept art. This was some of the earlier concept ideas of what He-Man might have looked like had they gone in another direction. And I mean, you could see the artwork here done by Mark Taylor is just spectacular. And some of the look, is somewhat familiar, but he's, got the helmet, and it's a little different. It's a different idea. I mean, this could have been He-Man had they decided to make this He-Man instead of the one we got. Well, there's our Masterverse He-Man out of the box, and he is looking snazzy. Yeah, that's our guy right there, man. Barbarian He-Man. There's Mark Taylor's idea come to life with the boot knife there. Looking good. Got the vintage sword just right out of the Filmation show. I mean, we've got the one on the left here, which is from the Wave 1 Masterverse figure. And then our Barbarian He-Man here's got the one on the right. And yeah, I think this character has a really good look. I like the helmet. The face sculpt's not bad. The shoulders, spalders, and all that. He looks great. And you would think the angry old man and shaking his fist at the Cloud and me would hate him, but He-Man's always had different looks to him. And some are more beloved by fans than others, but the material's always been in flux. And you want to know the best part about this new He-Man? you can get him in his original look. And there he is. He-Man. That is the classic He-Man right there. The one from my childhood. And I love it. It was easy enough. These new Eternia figures let you make him look whatever way you want. So you can make him look in his concept art style or more like this vintage one here. And, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And please, if you do and want to see more videos like this in the future, consider liking and subscribing. It really helps the channel. And I just love talking He-Man and comic books, and this stuff is just special to me, and he's always been special to me. And I think the lessons that I've learned from doing this video, especially for myself, is to just maybe be more tolerant. I mean, some of this stuff I didn't like, but there were a lot of fans who did. And you don't got to like go on the internet and troll people that liked it. We should just follow the lessons that He-Man himself had shown us as children, and is just to be tolerant and be kind and do good. So, until next time. Bong! Shut up, that's funny.